problem solvers. So I'm going to go next to the city and county, and I'm going to kind of throw this open to the two of you just to demonstrate how well the city and the county have been working together. I'm going to let the two of you on the spot decide who is going to speak first. We have Wayne. So I've known Wayne Appleby for many, many years as a county commissioner. I worked with Wayne. He is amazingly dedicated and tenacious, and I just love working with the guy. He takes the derogatory slant of the term bureaucrat and just totally turns it on its end and makes it to be something very affirmative, very positive, and very forward-thinking. Kevin and I had a really, really interesting introduction. And let's just say it wasn't...
Did you give your ticket?
Kevin's amazing. He really is. No, I'm serious. Our first introduction wasn't necessarily with the most cordial of handshakes, but Kevin came to this table with the most amazing ability to adapt, cooperate, and listen. So all of my preconceived notions of Kevin were changed on the spot. He was actually at the table when he was still with the police department. So Peter, that actually happened beforehand. He was there, and we could tell pretty obvious that the city manager was going to appoint Kevin. So we had to be nice to him. So we did. So these two guys are the two individuals that are mostly responsible for bringing the city and the county together on one of the most controversial and difficult efforts that we've engaged in the last decade or two. So you guys fight it out who goes first.
Wayne handed it to me, and I'm happy to go because we're going to run out of information, and I want to make sure I get I already promised to steal all of Ed's thunder.
He knows how much I can talk.
Actually, I'm Kevin Stiff. I'm currently the coordinator of homelessness response for the city of Sarasota. That's after a 28-year law enforcement career with the police department. And as everybody has alluded to, there was quite the discussion 4 years ago about how to approach the homeless situation in the city and the county of Sarasota, how to move forward. I would agree with Mr. Thaxton that I did not see a path forward as little as a year ago. We were on very different planes about how to move forward. I was finally invited to join the group to discuss the Susan Show plan as we move forward. And I can tell you with complete honesty that the individual sitting at this table, and Mr. Thaxton, with the help of the others in the room, are what has changed the way we're succeeding and moving forward with homelessness. Each of us is intricate to making it happen. Without anybody at this table, it wouldn't happen. The continuum of care is part of the rapid rehousing and permanent supportive housing, Major Whiten's emergency shelter, the county, and the judge or prevention diversion, and we're all doing outreach. Without that, the plan doesn't go together. I was retired from the police department in October, started with the city of Sarasota, working for the city manager's office. I have continued the mission with the homeless outreach teams. The case managers work for me. And as we talk about assisting people on the streets, it's never been about how many we can arrest or what can we do, but it's how can we respond to the issues that are around homelessness, and how can a government respond when we are not really a social organization. And the mission is now, as it always has been, for the homeless outreach teams to offer services to every homeless individual in the city, and frequently work with the county, offer them services and an opportunity to house them. That is what the mission is. I have a broader mission. I work with Wayne, and Ed, and John, and the other groups to help coordinate those services. I often say that we need that coordination because if anybody's tried to build a house, there's 4,000 different things you have to do to get the permit, the codes, and everything else done. And without some guidance through that system, it can be difficult. So it's kind of what I helped put together for the city. I also worked with all the city departments in formulating solutions to problems they're facing when they have to deal with homeless individuals in their daily lives. So that's kind of what I do for the city. I can say that over the past 4 years, I've seen a lot of success in the way we deal with homelessness. We've spent a lot of time training police officers. 4 years ago, we started homeless outreach teams, and at that time, the homeless outreach team was with a couple of cops and a couple of caseworkers, and they went out and did their thing, and the rest of the cops did whatever they did. Through training and an understanding of all law enforcement officers, every police officer in the city of Sarasota now understands that offering of services is first. Try to solve the problem by offering the person an opportunity not to be on the street. That is our solution as we move forward. We call it the 3 E's: educate, encourage, before enforcement. But enforcement is always an important part in what we do, because some of the individuals in the city that we deal with, I call them camouflage homeless. They're not truly homeless because they have some condition or issue that makes them on the street. They choose to be homeless because they choose that lifestyle. Well, those individuals, while they have every free right to do that, also have to do what the rest of us have to do, and that's follow the law. So we continue to work on that side of this program. But even those individuals are offered education and encouragement before enforcement. We work very closely with the Salvation Army, and I could not give them kudos enough. It is truly they are an essential part of our system. They have been a partner since day one with the city. They are a partner with us in this plan. They continue to be a partner with the county. Without them, there would be no success. They have recently continued to open the doors, and they have recently continued to open the doors when we talked about a new opportunity in the city and county for bridge housing beds. Those are beds that will help individuals wait in the Salvation Army while their housing plan is put together. Those beds are essential. They didn't say no. They didn't say we need to figure it out. They said we can do it. They are essential, and they'll continue to be part of this program. I am going to stop there because I know that Wayne and Ed have a lot to say, and I hate to take everything that they have to say. But there's a lot of great things going on as it comes to homelessness in the city and how we approach that. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Interrupt just for a moment, Wayne. We are actually on schedule. 4 years ago, Sarasota County was making national news for being the meanest city in America on how they treated their homeless population. This year, Kevin Stiff and his hot teams received national accreditation as being the #1 law enforcement agency on how they humanitarily deal with their homeless population. That's law enforcement agencies, a review of their peers. So that is an absolutely amazing turnaround. And I just want to add one more thing procedurally here, just to be clear on our meeting schedule. This group, if you want to see government working correctly, this is how government works correctly. We have our policymakers, which are our elected officials. They work at this level. They give administration staff direction. They trust their administrative staff to go to employees and staff to get the job done. That's what happened here. The county commissioners, the city commissioners directed their administration. Their administration went to staff, and staff got the job done. Went back to the administration. Administration said, yes, this is what we went for. We went back to the county and the city commission and got a 10-0 vote on this plan. 10-0. 10 commissioners, 10 yes votes for the city and county. So that little piece that I forgot to mention at the beginning, Hagen, thank you for reminding me of it, is very essential. So Wayne.